So this is the module that we are discussing branding. Up till now, we have discussed a lot of things in this. So what is a brand? We have discussed, and what are the roles of a brand that are played uh, in the marketplace and choosing a brand name. So we have discussed all these things. So starting today, so the discussion topic for today's brand equity. So in this particular lecture, we will see what does brand equity mean and what are the advantages of brand equity and how we develop brand equity, or what are the steps that must be kept in mind while going for developing brand equity. So, starting from the definition of brand equity, so brand equity is the added value endowed on products and services. So, it is something that is added value and it may be reflected in the way consumers think, feel, and act with respect to the brand, as well as in the prices, market share, and profitability the brand commands. So, is first of all, it is the added value that is you are giving to or your products or services, and what your consumers think about your product, what are their thinking, what are their opinions regarding your product. It is reflected in the way consumers think, feel, and act with respect to the brand. So what are their perceptions regarding your brand, as well as in the prices, market share, and profitability the brand commands. So brand equity is something that your consumers think, what are the opinions of your consumers regarding your brand, and what they have in their mind when they think of your brand. So this is something brand equity. In general terms, it is something that what is the public perception or normal people's perception regarding your brand. So when we talk about brand equities, as we all know that brand is something, the name of anything, logo, sign, color, or combination of all these things that may be termed as a brand. But brand equity is something like we can say that it is the popularity of your brand. So how your brand is doing in the market. What are the thinkings of consumers regarding your brand? So that is the basically brand equity. So what are the ingredients or characteristics of brand equity? So how does brand equity arises? What are the factors that contribute to brand equity? So there are three ingredients of brand equity. First, brand equity arises from differences in consumer response. So when consumers feel that there are some response difference, or there is some difference between consumer response. Suppose a particular consumer says very good about your brand, another consumer says less than or good about your brand, there is third consumer who says average about your brand. So when there is differences in consumers response regarding thinking, regarding prices, regarding how they feel about your brand, so brand equity will arise. So why brand equity will arise? Because there is difference in the opinions of consumer response, or in the opinion of consumers, in the thinking of consumers. They have different opinions about your brand. So brand equity arises from differences in consumer response. If no difference occur, the brand name product is essentially a commodity and competition will probably be based on price. If there is no difference in consumers response, a response may be in the form of opinion, in the form of popularity of brand. That means
हेलो सर।
your, yeah.
सर सर वो दो तीन बच्चे हैं सर, उनको एंटर कर लो, फिर सर आप एंड भी नहीं करते हो।
Just a minute.
थैंक यू सर।
I hope someone is now trying again. So we are discussing brand equity. Sorry for the inconvenience. Brand equity. So brand equity is something that is reflected or that is added value that is reflected on products and services of the marketeers that they are offering in the marketplace, and it is reflected in the way consumers think, feel and act with respect to the brand, as well as in the prices, market share and profitability the brand commands. So what is general perception regarding your brand? This is something called brand equity. So what are the ingredients or what are the characteristics or what are the situation in which the brand equity arises, or in which there may be something called brand equity? So first is the differences in the consumer's response. So differences in the consumer's response. So what are the response of consumers? Response in the terms of opinion, in the terms of how your consumers buy your product, in terms of what they think about your product. If there is no difference, then brand name product is essentially a commodity and competition will probably be based on price. So if there is no difference in the opinion or a response of consumers, then the brand equity will arise from the competition that will be based on price. So first ingredients or first characteristics, that is brand equity arises from differences in consumer response. Second, differences in response are a result of consumers brand knowledge. Obviously, when I have something I have some knowledge regarding particular brand, on the basis of that knowledge I can make opinion. So just a minute. So brand equity will arise from that opinion, and differences in the response are a result of consumers brand knowledge. So what knowledge they have regarding particular brand, all the thoughts, what they think, feel, imagine, experience, what are their experiences and beliefs associated with the brand. So if I have some knowledge, I will form the thoughts or opinions regarding that knowledge. I have some feeling, like if we go and purchase luxury items, we do have some feeling that I have bought this particular product and I believe I belong to this particular class, this particular status. So there is always some feeling, imagination, experiences and beliefs, that is trust associated with the brand. So the second point wants to say how the response that consumers exhibit, that consumers display, that response, and what are the differences in consumers' response and how they occur. They are nothing but the result of consumers' brand knowledge, thoughts, feelings, imagination, experiences and beliefs associated with the brand. So if a consumer buys a particular brand, so what he thinks regarding that brand, what are his feelings, what he imagines with that particular brand, what are his experiences and beliefs associated with that particular brand. So all these things will result in the differences in consumer response, that is brand equity. Because we, in the first point, we are saying that brand equity arises from differences in consumer response. So whenever there is differences in consumers response, there will be the question of, or there will be brand equity. There will be talking of brand equity. Brand must create strong, favorable and unique brand associations with customers. So there must be some strong relationship, and that too favorable and unique. That is, there is no competition with your brand as far as brand equity is concerned. So what marketers should do, they must create strong, favorable and unique brand associations with customers. For example, we see people, some people, or we generally see people that they are so bonded with a particular brand that they do not buy anything or that is not related with that particular brand. So if I give you example, in our daily use items, we are having habit of buying a particular brand. For example, in case of toothpaste, in case of bathing soap, in case of hair, we can say shampoos, in case we can say kitchen items. So there are some brands that we are emotionally attached to. We are having a strong relationship with those brands. So we don't want to break that relationship. If I am buying a particular commodity, I must go for that particular brand. So what I am trying to say, when we talk about strong, favorable and unique brand associations, this is nothing but your customers are loyal towards your brand, towards your products. So this is the crux of this second point, that marketers must create strong, favorable and unique brand associations with customers. So your customers are not forced to switch to other products. So they are only buying your products. So you must create a strong, favorable and unique brand associations with your customers. And the last, brand equity is reflected in perceptions, preferences and behavior related to all aspects of the marketing of a brand. So this is nothing but elaboration of second point. That means what are the perceptions of consumers, what are the perceptions of general people, what are the perceptions of marketeers, what are the perceptions of your even your competitors, and preferences and behavior related to all aspects of the marketing of a brand. So how do you market your brand in the marketplace, and what are the perceptions of various actors in the marketplace is nothing but something called brand equity. The stronger brands lead to greater revenue. Of course, if there is some well-established brand, that will lead to greater revenue. If there is known and popular brand, that people will go and purchase that particular brand. Why should I purchase a product from that particular brand which is not known to me and which other people don't know even about? So whenever your brand is strong, that is your brand has, or when just I want to make one thing clear. When I am talking about brand, so don't confuse with it that product name only. It is nothing but product. So brand name, when we were discussing the definition of brand, so we discussed that it is name, the color, the shape, the logo, the symbols, or any combination of these. So it is nothing but the name of a product. Name of a product. So when, and why do we need to name a product? To differentiate and to offer it into the market. So stronger brands lead to greater revenue. So when my brand is stronger, that means it has gained popularity, it has gained attention of consumers, and it is well established in the marketplace, then it will certainly give me greater revenue. I can command lots of revenue from that particular brand. So when we talk about, let's take an example of automobile sector. When we talk about buying a car. So when the moment we think of buying a car, 2-3 names come in our mind, like Maruti, Honda, Hyundai, or Toyota. So what I am trying to say, we only recall those names which we see in our surroundings, which with which we are familiar to, we are known to. So this is that stronger brands lead to greater revenue. So when my brand is stronger, it is well established in the marketplace, it is ethical, and it has gained attention of consumers. So that particular brand will give me lots of revenue. I can generate lots of revenue. So these are the ingredients of brand equity. So the first one is that brand equity arises from the differences in the consumer response, and those differences in the consumer response are nothing but the result of consumers' brand knowledge, their thoughts, their feelings, their imagination, their experiences and beliefs that they have with that particular brand. And brand equity is also reflected in the perception, preferences and behavior related to all aspects of the marketing of a brand. So from the perspective of actors in the marketplace, or from the perspective of marketeers, so marketing system, so how your marketing system perceives, prefer and behaves with that particular brand will be reflected in brand equity. And stronger brands lead to greater revenue. So this is the brand equity. Now moving ahead. So what are the advantages of brand equity or strong brands? So when we are talking about brand equity or strong brand, there is no difference between strong brands and brand equity, because we in the brand equity simply saying there is differences. This is nothing but the result of consumers' response, and the differences in the consumers' response, and those differences are nothing but the result of consumers' knowledge, their experience, their feelings, their thoughts, their imagination, and their beliefs that they have with that particular brand. So when we are talking about brand equity, we are talking nothing but we are in the process of building strong brands. How we can build strong brands? So what are the advantages of brand equity or strong brands? First, improved perception of product performance. Of course, when there is well-established brand, so that particular product is going to give me improved perception of the product's performance, because when consumers knew that this particular brand is well established, they have favorable perception regarding that particular brand, so that brand or that product will have improved product performance, greater trade cooperation and support. The last point that we discussed in the previous slide, that stronger brands lead to greater revenue. So in the same way, when there is a strong brand, that will be the cause for greater trade cooperation and support. People will support that, or trade markets will also support it. Greater loyalty, of course, greater loyalty, because brand equity is nothing but your consumers' knowledge, their feelings, their experiences, their beliefs with the and their association with your brand. So whenever there is brand equity or a strong brand, that will lead to greater loyalty from the side of consumers. Increase marketing communications effectiveness. Marketing communications effectiveness will be increased, because when the consumers know about your product, when they are aware about your product, so you will not need to spend lots of on marketing channels on promoting your product. So whatever little you spend on marketing activities to promote your brand will lead to effectiveness. Less vulnerability to competitive marketing actions. Again, the case of greater loyalty or brand loyalty, because my consumer is emotionally attached to my brand, he is brand loyal, so there is no fear that my consumer will shift to another brand. Possible licensing opportunity: McDonald's, Domino's Pizza, other outlets, retail outlets that have established strong brands, they generally give license to some second party to run their business under their brand name. So retail outlets that we see, whether it is a McDonald's, whether it is a Domino's, or even car manufacturing, car industry, we see showrooms in our nearby areas. So whenever there is a strong brand, or whenever there is brand equity, that will be there will be an opportunity to gain more from that particular by giving license to persons who want to do business with me, who want to run their business under my brand name. So when we talk about licensing, franchising, or some other forms of business, so in which one party give trademarks or some license to produce or sell his or her brand, so that is the possible licensing opportunity. That means there is possibility of doing another business. So my business opportunities will expand. Less vulnerability to marketing crisis. Of course, when my brand is well established, so whatever marketing conditions are there, that we call marketing environment, whether internal or external, whether micro or macro. So my brand will be less vulnerable to changing marketing environment when I have established my brand very well. My brand, whenever my brand is stronger, there will be less vulnerability to marketing crisis. Additional brand extension opportunities. Of course, brand extension. How? If suppose let's talk about Hindustan Unilever Limited or Procter and Gamble, the bathing soap, shampoos, detergents, toothpaste, whatever we buy from the market, these two companies are selling more and more. So these the grocery, the bathing soaps, toothpaste, or detergent, whatever we buy, these products are manufactured under 2-3 brand names like Hindustan Unilever Limited, Procter and Gamble, Dabur, so and ITC. So there are 3 to 4 brand names or companies that they have established a greater or a strong brand equity. So when I have established a good or a strong brand, I can extend my brand opportunities. So I can make another product under that particular brand name. Suppose when we talk about let's talk about mobile phones. Suppose there is a brand called Samsung. So it comes under brand name Samsung. There are lots of mobile phones. So there are Android versions. There are some in the previous times there were some simple mobile phones that were operated on simple operating system. In Android versions also there are lots of versions available. Some have good RAM, some have good ROM, some have good screen, good battery backup. Some have 4G connectivity, some have dual 4G connectivity, some have only 3G connectivity. So these are the extensions that can be made when I have brand equity, strong brands, larger margins, again because stronger brands lead to greater revenue, improved employee recruiting and retention. Of course, when there is well-established company, who should why one should not intend to work in that particular company? When we go in the market and suppose we are applying for a job, we do look for a company that is well established, that can offer me good salary, that can give me other perks, that can offer me good environment for working, that can offer me schedule that is good for me. So when there is well established, there is a strong brand, the morale and the retention and recruitment of employees will be improved. More inelastic consumer response to price increases. So what is the elasticity? Elasticity in economics you must have read in the economics, that it is something when one factor goes to another factor varies. So when we talk about simple elasticity, like price and demand, so what changes in price what changes in price causes changes in the demand. So when I am increasing or decreasing price, what are its impact on the demand? So inelastic means there is less change. There is less change or there is no change. Elastic means there is changes, there is greater changes. When we talk about elastic, unit elastic, greater than unitary elastic, so or inelastic. So inelastic means there is little change on the part of demand when my price increases. So similar is the case with the brand equity. When my brand is well established, so my consumers response will be inelastic. They will not care about price changes. Simple. When price increases, there will be inelastic inelastic consumer response, and when prices decrease, elastic consumer response. Because when there is psychology that plays in the luxury marketplace. What it is the psychology? Suppose कि हम किसी दुकान पर गए, हम किसी दुकान पर जाते हैं, हमें कुछ परचेज करना होता है. मान लेते हैं कि हमें एक वॉच परचेज करना है, रिस्ट वॉच परचेज करना है. अब हम दुकानदार से, शॉपकीपर से जो है उसका प्राइस पूछते हैं, तो वो एक प्राइस बताता है. तो हम कहते हैं कि अच्छा इतने रेंज में वाली हमें वॉचेस दिखाओ कि हम इतने तक का बाई कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, उसने बता दिया और आपने सपोज करो बाई कर लिया. दूसरा केस लेते हैं. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जब वो हमें प्राइस बताता है और वो उस वॉच का प्राइस जो है बहुत कम हो, तो हमें ऐसा फील होता है कि यार ये मेरे स्टैंडर्ड की नहीं है, ये मेरे स्टेटस की नहीं है. तो हम क्या करते हैं, फिर और महंगी खरीदते हैं. तो सिंपल होता है, यही केस होता है हमारे लग्जरी आइटम्स के साथ, ब्रांड नेम के साथ. जो हम एग्जांपल बात करते हैं कि भाई जो एक सोनाटा भी घड़ी है और रोलेक्स की घड़ी है, डिफरेंस क्या है? दोनों टाइम ही तो बता रही है, बट there is one watch that normal people can afford to, and there is another that normal people can't afford. One watch is telling you simple time, but watch is telling the time of people. जो कहावत होती है ना कि घड़ी तो दोनों है, लेकिन एक समय बता रही है और एक दूसरी जो है आदमी का समय बता रही है. तो डिफरेंस होता है. जो हम इलास्टिसिटी और इनइलास्टिक का बात कर रहे हैं इसमें ब्रांड नेम के अंदर, ब्रांड इक्विटी के अंदर, कि अगर प्राइसेस इंक्रीज कर दे हम अपने जो लग्जूरियस ब्रांड्स हैं, तो हमारे कंज्यूमर्स जो है उसको लेके ज्यादा उनका जो बिहेवियर होगा वो ज्यादा नेगेटिव नहीं होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल एप्पल का मोबाइल फोन है, अब उसके वर्जन्स आते हैं और जो मर्जी वो प्राइसेस चार्ज करता है, लेकिन फिर भी लोग उसको बाई करते हैं. क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज सम स्टेटस, सम brand or some status in the society that if I am purchasing this particular product, I am belonging to this particular class. तो वहां पे जो चीजें दिखाने की, शो ऑफ करने की जब बात होती है, तो अगर हम प्राइसेस को इंक्रीज कर दें थोड़ा बहुत, तो भी हमारे कस्टमर्स उस चीज को लेके ज्यादा मतलब कि उनका बिहेवियर ज्यादा चेंज नहीं होता. तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे इनइलास्टिक का यूज किया गया है, इनइलास्टिक टर्म का यूज किया गया है. कि इलास्टिक का मतलब क्या होता है कि अगर हम थोड़ा सा भी चेंज करें तो उसमें बिहेवियर में बहुत ज्यादा चेंज आ जाता है. जैसे मान लो हम प्राइस और डिमांड का बात करते हैं इकोनॉमिक्स में, कि अगर हम प्राइसेस में थोड़ा सा चेंज कर दें और हमारी प्राइस इलास्टिसिटी क्या है, इलास्टिक है, तो थोड़ा सा भी चेंज करेंगे तो हमारी डिमांड पे ज्यादा इंपैक्ट आएगा। और अगर हमारी प्राइस जो है इलास्टिसिटी इन इलास्टिक है तो हम कितना भी चेंज कर दें उसका ज्यादा खास इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा डिमांड पे। तो उसी तरीके से हमारे जो है ब्रांड के अंदर बात है कि अगर हमारे प्राइसेस बढ़ाए तो ज्यादा इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा, लेकिन जैसे ही हम प्राइस ड्रॉप करेंगे तो हमारा कंज्यूमर फील करेगा कि कुछ तो गड़बड़ है इस ब्रांड में। तो ये बात है कि जो हमारे लग्जरी आइटम्स होते हैं, लग्जरी प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं, तो उनमें जो क्या है, सिंपल, जैसे मैंने आपको वॉच का एग्जांपल दिया, रिस्ट वॉच का एग्जांपल दिया कि भाई एक सोनाटा की भी घड़ी है और एक रोलेक्स की है, दोनों ही टाइम बता रही है, लेकिन एक आपको 700-800 या 1000-1200 रुपए मिल जाएगी और दूसरी आपको मे बी आप उसके लिए लैक्स पे कर रहे हैं, लाखों में पेमेंट कर रहे हैं। तो वही है, क्यों? क्योंकि लग्जरी आइटम्स का मतलब ये है कि मैं स्टेटस जो है वो शो ऑफ करना चाहता हूँ, मार्केट में दिखाना चाहता हूँ, यस आई हैव समथिंग। सो दिस इज द केस विद द ब्रांड इक्विटी। ग्रेटर फाइनेंशियल मार्केट रिटर्न्स, अगेन greater stronger brands lead to greater revenue, and in turn greater revenue will lead to greater financial market returns, so you can earn more and more. So these are the advantages of brand equity or strong brands. So moving ahead, building brand equity. So how we can build brand equity? What are the factors or what are the steps that we must keep in mind while going for building brand equity or developing a strong brand? So in order to succeed in the market, it is necessary that marketeers build brand equity. Marketeers build brand equity by creating right knowledge structures with right customers. So how they can do it? They are creating right knowledge structures with right consumers. So when we were talking about that, it is the difference. Brand equity is the result of differences in consumer response, and the differences in consumer response result from the consumer's knowledge about product, his thoughts, his feelings, his imagination, his experiences, and his associations with that particular brand. So what marketeers are doing, they are giving right knowledge structure with right consumers. So what my consumers will look for in my brand, I am giving that offering in my brand to my consumer. Before we discuss various steps involved in the brand building, let's first see the key drivers of brand equity. So what are the factors that derive or drive the brand equity? So three drivers of brand equity. The initial choices for the brand elements or identities making up the brand. So what are my choices? What are my choices for brand elements or making up the brand? So this is nothing but the brand name. Brand name. So if you remember in the previous class, we discussed about choosing a brand name. So we had discussed 5 to 6 elements, 5 to 6 characteristic, that it must be memorable, it must be likable, it must be adaptable, it must be protectable, and it must be transferable. So we had discussed those things. So the first step in building brand equity, the first driver of brand equity is the initial choices for the brand element. So choice for the brand name. So brand names, URLs, logos, symbols, characters, spokespeople, slogans, jingles, packages, and signages. So these are nothing but the selection of brand name and how I will create URLs, logos, symbols of that particular brand name. First element. Second, the product and service and all accompanying marketing activities and supporting marketing programs. So what will be the products and services that will be offered under that particular brand name? First, I am deciding the brand name, and in addition to this deciding the brand name, I am also deciding the brand's URLs, logos, symbols, characters, spokespeople, slogans, and in a nutshell, we can say that we are deciding everything related with that brand name. So who will be the spokesperson, what will be the features of that brand, what will be my tagline, that is so slogans, jingles, there will be some slogan that sounds well, or that gives message in a very brief manner, packages and signages. So how will be the packaging of that particular brand? So if you remember in the last class, I gave you some examples of taglines of some brands, like I gave you example of railways, the tagline says ग्राहकों की सेवा में मुस्कान के साथ, serving customers with a smile. और आपको LIC की एग्जांपल दिया था, जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी के बाद भी, with life after life. तो ये जो है टैगलाइन होती है जो ब्रांड की, कि हम क्या मैसेज डिलीवर करना चाहते हैं और क्या प्रोडक्ट होगा जो हम सर्व करेंगे. सो इस चीज को हम पूरा डिसाइड कर लें कि हमारा ब्रांड नेम भी हमने डिसाइड कर लिया, उसकी टैगलाइन क्या होगी, उसके अंदर हम कौन सा प्रोडक्ट को सेल करेंगे, उसके स्पोक्स पीपल क्या होंगे, उसके स्लोगन्स, टैगलाइंस क्या होंगे, और उनको हम कैसे सिग्निफाई करेंगे. और अगर हम उनको ऑनलाइन ले जा रहे हैं तो उनका URL डिजाइन करना है, दैट इज यूनिक रिसोर्स लोकेटर. एंड सेकंड स्टेप में हम क्या कर रहे हैं, सेकंड हमारा ड्राइवर क्या है कि वो कौन कौन से प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विसेज होंगे और उनके साथ साथ जो मार्केटिंग एक्टिविटीज होंगी उनको हम डिसाइड कर रहे हैं. कि सपोज करो कि हमने एक ब्रांड नेम बना लिया और हमने ये भी डिसाइड कर लिया कि ठीक है हम इस ब्रांड के अंदर इस वाले प्रोडक्ट को सेल करेंगे, लेकिन उस प्रोडक्ट को सेल करने के लिए आपको उस प्रोडक्ट को प्रमोट करना पड़ेगा, मार्केट में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना पड़ेगा, उसके प्राइसेस को डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा, कस्टमर तक फाइनली पहुंचाना होगा. तो वहां पे सारी मार्केटिंग एक्टिविटीज का रोल आएगा. एंड सपोर्टिंग मार्केटिंग प्रोग्राम्स. एंड थर्ड, अदर एसोसिएशन इनडायरेक्टली ट्रांसफर टू द ब्रांड बाय लिंकिंग इट टू सम अदर एंटिटी. जैसे हम किसी एंटिटी से अपने ब्रांड को लिंक कर दें. एंटिटी का मतलब है किसी पर्सन के साथ, किसी प्लेस के या किसी थिंग के साथ लिंक कर सकते हैं. तो जैसे कई हम ब्रांड होते हैं तो उनके कुछ खास बात होती है. अब जैसे राजधानी बेसन है, तो अब अगर हम कोई एक नॉर्मल आदमी सोचेगा राजधानी बेसन है, तो हो सकता है किसी देश की राजधानी हो या किसी स्टेट की राजधानी हो, उससे रिलेटेड हो. किसी प्लेस से हमने क्या कहते हैं उसको लिंक कर दे. जैसे ताज टी है, ताज टी है. अब जो नॉर्मल आदमी होगा वो सोचेगा कि भाई ताजमहल का हो सकता है इसका कुछ कनेक्शन हो. किसी थिंग से कर दिया. तो ये जो सारी चीजें होती हैं. अब जैसे अमेजोन है, वो भी एक प्लेस से रिलेटेड है. अमेजोन हमें पता है एक वो जो है क्या कहते हैं, क्या है कि वो एक वो है जो क्या कहते हैं उसको, जंगल, और वो जो रिवर बेसिन है उसका जो एक, तो वो है. इस तरीके से हम अपने ब्रांड को किस चीज से लिंक करना चाह रहे हैं, किसी पर्सन से भी लिंक कर सकते हैं. तो ये सारी चीजें होती हैं. तो आई गेस हम लोग आज के लिए यहीं पे रखते हैं, because I have FDP to attend at 10, so we stop here and we will discuss rest of the things in the next class.